Welcome to Roll Fair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we will introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan, playing Alton, the Tiefling Warlock.
I'm Brad, playing Arden the Wizard.
I'm Kayla, playing Kaiji, the Tabaxi Pirate.
I'm Austin, playing Sheru the Turtle.
I'm Ben, playing Reyna, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah, I'm playing Asar, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer.
Awesome. So, last time, the party made it back to the tavern and had some interesting conversations after Asar was turned down by Raynor quite rudely.
No, it's the next evening.
She was put off by Raynor quite rudely. Unbeknownst to him, though. He thought he was just being, gentlemanly, I guess.
Just let me pencil you in.
And then we had conversations about Pakigwa culture and, the love interests of some of the party members. And Alton played a very rude practical joke on a poor dwarf. And we're picking up.
It's not the worst he's done. That's
definitely not the worst, but, spill a man's ale. Pretty unforgivable.
Made more of a mess than those flaming fish.
It's true. That one's forgivable, though. But we are picking up with the party waking up from their night's rest. And what are you guys doing?
Now tonight is when we meet up with Oriana and Spike, correct?
Correct.
If they are to be believed.
After the festival,
Where are we meeting them?
back at where we were, right?
Is that right?
They did not
No, they didn't
specify
say.
if I don't.
They'll find us.
They're pretty good at
They're
finding
that
us.
sneaky.
Essentially, I'm assuming it will be underground where we were, considering putting the two of them in the open would cause a little bit of attention. So I'm assuming it's underground again, but what do I know?
Are we going to need to make a quick exit?
Yeah, do we need to find a way for them to get out?
I mean, if they paid for them and made it all legal, then we should be fine.
I wouldn't just assume that.
Well, everyone's
Legal.
expecting this great gladiator match, too, so...
Yeah, I think we should see if this match is still scheduled. And then at what point do we want to become worried if it's still going on without any sort of interruption?
This is a good question. I was going to ask you don't trust them, but of course you trust people as far as you can throw them.
So you trust gnomes very much, and
That's ironic because I trust gnomes the least because they're the ones that explode things.
you're not wrong.
Explode things.
Oh yeah, we have
So as you guys are having this conversation, Raynor just bursts in, glowing.
Wonderful morning to you two. Who wants breakfast?
I'll have some breakfast.
I feel a little bit sick to my stomach, actually. I'm going to take a walk around the garden here.
Can't you heal yourself? Is that
No.
something Kaiji can help with, maybe?
I might have a spell for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You actually can do that. Heal people.
I can heal people.
Heal people?
Once in a while. I mean, I've done it like once for the party.
I forget that your god is lesser.
I mean,
Wow.
he is the head of the pantheon, so...
This all depends on if you care who the Pantheon is.
That is
I'm-
true.
Oh, come on, it's a beautiful morning. What's with all this quarreling and
Let's see if we can find.
sick to my stomach, this and that? We're going to get Mossy's crew back today.
Let's see if we can find pancakes because we still have never actually had them.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's find some pancakes.
That
Let's
is my
find
first
pancakes.
task for today.
Okay, so you guys head down to the bar, and you ask for pancakes, and they bring you some. And you have pancakes for the first time ever.
Wow.
What is it served with?
Ale
Kind of
syrup.
a
Butter.
essentially
probably.
like a honey.
Yeah, butter.
Honey, that makes sense.
And
They have
you
sentient
get,
cows.
a few slices of fresh fruit.
These are delicious.
Centaur butter.
I'm sorry, this is Centaur battle? What?
Why?
Do you believe anything that this man says?
I mean, I shouldn't, but there is always a seed of doubt.
You know, I was worried when you said pancakes that it would be like the last cake that I had from a pan, from Fishy. And it was about as hard as my toenail.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, I will say,
Contact.
I could totally understand why there's a god of pancakes. These are delicious.
Yes. I think we need to worship Gilgamesh more.
I agree. Yes.
Aren't you Gilgamesh?
Yes, exactly. That is why you should worship Gilgamesh.
If
a
I
lot
believe in
more.
you hard enough, would you actually become a god?
I hope so.
Focus on you.
Okay, I'm imagining myself being a
Does
god.
my
Can I
disbelief
do any
cancel that out?
powers with him being my cleric? My god.
Patron, because you're my... Wait, would I choose you as my cleric, though? Yeah, I think so.
Does it
God
work?
of pancakes, god of pancakes.
I think I would have to be a cleric though in order for it to work.
Well, that's my choice.
All right.
And I choose you, apparently. Pikachu.
Sorry.
He wants you to be the very best, like no one ever
Never
was.
was.
A little more like Charizard.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Nothing happens, oddly enough.
We need to recruit more people into your fold.
That's right.
Great, so we started an adventure company and a cult all at the same time.
I mean, I've
We can
never,
make some pamphlets.
never been the leader of a cult, so that sounds great. I want to try that.
Do I believe him that he's never been a leader of a cult?
Insight check.
That's what you're insight checking?
Yep. The Red Sands Cult of Gilgamesh.
Oh, I want to know too.
The Red Sands
it's only
Venturing Company is actually a front
8.
for the cult of Gilgamesh.
Would you
roll?
roll that
14.
money somehow?
What do I have to roll?
I would say just your charisma saving throw. Or your charisma... Yeah, your charisma saving throw, whatever that is.
Okay.
And then...
Yeah, it beats it.
and then whether or not you've really been a leader of a cult or something.
You believe me, I've never been a leader.
Never been a leader, but
Never been a leader yet.
Yes.
Wait, I thought he was
Exactly.
our leader in the
Yeah.
at least at one point he was the...
Are we a cult?
I thought Rainer was always the leader.
Are
I
we?
don't understand where we ever got the idea that we were Ardens.
Isn't he the one that
Wait.
brought us all together?
No! Rainer's the one that brought us all together, because Rainer's the one that
But-
saved me and the Tsar, and then all of you just met us in the tavern.
I thought
No,
that
I
you
meant all you in the
us.
tavern. You were all talking about how Arden is the best friends with all of you.
No, Arden was talking about how he wanted to be best friends with all of us because he just has to make friends with everything
I
that
didn't
moves.
want to be. I already was.
Okay, so he is a friend with everything he
Is.
sees.
Thank you very much.
So
It's amazing
Arden
he's
was
not dead.
desperate for any sort of
We
help.
would all die for each other, and you know
the
it.
three of us were already together, and he thought, oh, I'm going to, cut in on this threesome here. The way old men like to do.
I think you're insinuating something that didn't happen, but I get what I'm understanding more of this dynamic. It makes a lot more sense now.
I remember everyone loved me and wanted to be my friends so much
I
that
think
we all...
were
Oh, absolutely.
amused by your water drinking.
And we weren't sarcastic about anything at all, ever.
Exactly.
Why
Whatever
are
that
you
is.
afraid of water?
I'm not afraid of water. It's
Oh,
just hard to
and
drink.
also, why is
you
your...
didn't want to go into the river.
Oh, well, being in water, that's different. I thought you meant, like, putting it to my lips. And that,
Yeah.
No, I'm not afraid of that. It's the throat part.
Sharu, we should teach him how to swim.
We should.
That sounds so terrifying.
Swimming is so much fun. It's so nice. You can get
Why would you go
Have you
into
been
wa-
outside? It's like 200 degrees outside. It's so hot.
From what I've learned, there's so much in that water that you can't see.
Well, then,
What?
Like,
I mean, the river is full of
I don't
Close
know
your
very-
eyes.
Random
Swim
torches.
around.
I don't know very many invisible sea monsters. I know
Not
it's
invisible.
sound.
They're just you can't see through the water unless it's very clear.
I suppose humans don't have their second eyelids.
As you guys are having your discussion about Arden's fear of water and whatnot, I want anyone who would be paying attention to make a perception check.
I'm definitely not paying
Passive
attention.
perception is not
engrossed
good.
in-
Yeah.
I'm too engrossed in this conversation.
Yeah, the water conversation.
Too focused
What's your
on
passive?
pancakes.
My passive?
It's 14, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 14.
Do you want passives? Because mine. I don't
If
know.
you aren't paying attention to what's going on, passive. If you are, then you can roll
Yeah, it's just
a
a
normal.
I'll just
Well,
do a passive
mine is
on that
15, so.
one. 11.
What?
10.
All right.
Yours is higher than that.
So
I'm very aware.
you two, as the conversation with Arden is going on, you hear someone. You see a T'Chawi man sitting at the bar, and he's discussing with the barkeep, who's a dragonborn, some things, and you overhear something about there not being enough hunting parties for the Kudu hunt coming up. So this is essentially the gentleman that's sitting at the bar. He says, "Yeah, the Amali Illum, they've upped the price, the pot, so to speak, for the prize of the winner of the hunt. They're going to give 250 gold on top of the boon of Mashingu. So I think my team has a pretty good shot of winning." That's what you hear.
Yes, fine. Teach Arden to swim. Swimming is way overrated. You can do it if you want. Alton,
Thank you.
did you hear?
I don't want.
Are you hearing these guys?
Or what?
Did-
These pancakes are really good.
They are actually. I'm
So
glad I'm
there's-
the god of something good.
Apparently, part of the festival, they have some sort of a hunting party. They have a hunting competition, and they said that they just upped the prize money.
Oh,
Yeah.
how much?
What did they mention?
250 gold
On top of the boon,
on top of the boon of Mashingu.
whatever that is.
Whatever, but I don't care.
The boon of
But-
a god of war? That sounds like it could be good.
Yeah, it could be if that's.
Spoils of war.
But
Unless he keeps it.
think about it. I grew up hunting. Rainer grew up hunting. Both of us can track very
I
well.
grew up hunting.
I grew up hunting.
He grew up finding eggs and then almost getting killed.
I hunted too.
Sure you did.
Yes, a very vicious turtle you are.
That's
But-
rude.
He liked to
years.
he liked to hunt books at the local library.
There was no local library. It was 15 years in the jungle. It's terrible. No books at all.
I'm actually
Sounds like
very.
you weren't a good hunter.
I thought you said. Never mind.
I'm actually very good at
My
hunting.
brother started a library after we all left our jungle.
I thought you said your mother taught you to read, though. So
She did, I had books, yes. I had her books. But I mean, you can only read a book.
So what
many times.
species are we hunting? T'Chawi always fun.
I'm sorry.
Kudu? Has
What?
anyone?
Oh, Kudu. Oh, okay.
Has anyone ever?
Never hunted that before.
I would never heard that.
Insight check.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
To chow here always fun.
Natural 20.
To go hunting.
Have you ever hunted a human before?
Wait, what'd you get?
A natural 20.
I think I need to message you something.
You probably should roll a saving
I
throw.
don't think can I beat a
I rolled
natural
a 4, so.
Oh, I got a natural 20 as well.
No way! I don't believe you!
I see it.
What
I
was
can
it?
see it.
What's the number?
What's your total?
Insight.
It's just 20. I don't have a plus to any
Oh,
of it.
well, I got a 22.
He amazingly doesn't react.
Wow.
He seems to be
Don't
joking.
be suspicious. Don't
Be
be suspicious.
Has anyone here ever heard of a kudu before?
Oh, has she ever heard of a kudu?
Well, you saw the Kudu shield.
Oh, that's true. I did.
So it's
So
essentially.
I've at least seen the skull of one before.
Yeah, it's basically an antelope or a deer.
I want
Don't be
with
suspicious.
curled
Don't be
horns.
suspicious.
Antlers.
Okay.
Well, I guess, if we have some time to kill while we're Do you think we can do
Not
it today?
killing time or killing Kudu.
Very funny.
Is there a god of
not
time
Kudo.
that we could kill?
Kudo is what I killed last night.
Well, like, do we have anything to do today?
I mean, not necessarily. There's games going on and all that stuff.
So, Rainer, how was your romp in the woods?
You went to the wood? Where's the woods?
That sounds very uncomfortable.
You get twigs everywhere.
Well,
Exactly.
mowing the grass. What's the terms? I've
No,
never-
that's what I'm saying. You don't have fur, but I get leaves stuck in my fur. That sounds awful.
Plucking the leaves from your fur.
You sound exactly like someone who has never actually had sex before.
You know, if you had any insight, maybe you would.
Inside check, Arden.
Arden's never had sex before. Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
50-year-old virgin.
Moving on.
It's a 50-year-old virgin, Arno.
18.
You hear the about the Kudu.
He's had lots. You don't even know.
You hear about the Kudu hunt. Are you doing anything besides finishing your breakfast and whatnot?
Actually, kind of interested. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Right? I mean, last time you and I went hunting there, we came back with how much meat?
True. Yes, that was that was quite the.
Is there any limitations to this hunt? Do we know anything about
I've never
it?
really hunted before.
What's going on?
We could probably ask.
Can we use
it seems
magic?
Like,
Because-
Hello, friends. I approach the people talking.
There's a guy.
Oh, hey there.
My friend overheard you talking about this Kudu hunt. It sounds like a fantastic prize. I'm sure your team will do well. But
We're going to win.
of course. Is there any like second place prizes and stuff like that?
Oh no, not at all.
Well, do you get? Well, would it be? Where do we sign up? I think my group of
You
friends-
just go talk to the Amalia Loom at the temple.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you for your information. I wish you luck in your hunt.
Thank you. Are you going to join?
Possibly. My friend seemed kind of interested in it.
Well, good luck losing.
Of course. I mean, you must be a great hunter.
I'm the best.
I hope you win.
Can I be a part of your team?
No.
Oh.
I've got the perfect plan. I said to our group.
I rolled a 4 on my deception, saying when I hope you win.
I don't believe you, but let's see if I don't believe you. I don't believe you, but thank you.
Good luck.
I think we should have Kaiji and Rainer go on the hunt, and the rest of us go hunt the other hunting parties.
That's awful.
We got to
I
ensure we
mean,
win, don't we?
Listen,
Auden is good at hunting these people.
I'm pretty
Wait,
sure
wait.
that's off limits, but
What are they?
Well, they'll just
It's a
encounter an accident. I'm
do
not
you
saying we
want to
kill
end
them.
up like?
Juchawi
I'm not
man.
saying we kill them. I'm just
Oh,
saying we
the
take them out of the
people.
hunt.
That's so
Maybe.
unsportsmanlike. I
Maybe,
mean,
maybe a Kudu mauled one of them or something.
I'm sure they do it too.
Yeah.
It's part of the hunt.
you guys are terrible.
We want to win, don't we?
Well,
I want to have fun.
we want to win. We also,
Winning is
That
nice,
was
but
kind of fun.
What-
we also
what's the
don't want to
point
get
of, like-
disqualified.
Yeah, what's the point of winning if you didn't do it, with your own hands?
The
Like,
prize
Well,
money.
we will be doing it with our
I'm
own.
just
We're gonna
saying though, it's
We're
like
just going to be really ensuring that.
I mean, if you want the prize money, just mug the guy afterwards.
that's our backup plan.
It's a lot easier.
Plan B.
I feel more comfortable about that than cheating.
You
in
know,
a
for a second,
competition.
I was worried that I picked the wrong one for my conscience, but then you just blew it out of the park. It was great. That was great. I chose the right conscience.
Oh, great.
Mug the person after.
All right, I'm just saying we should have some contingencies in case we don't win or in case it looks like we're not
Planning
winning.
has never been our best practice.
That's
Yeah,
good
all of our
point,
plans
too.
have never worked out as well as you think. Except my plan. My plan worked fantastic. You guys didn't know my
the
plan.
Yeah, we
plans
didn't
were
know.
great. The execution, on the other hand,
Yeah, we're not too great on that front.
I've never made a bad plan in my entire life.
Well, I guess we should make our way to the temple. I mean, I know half of us are allergic to temples and half of us were born in temples, but
Oh.
As long as we can steal
It was the
something
guard
from
captain
it.
that got us. I was wondering if I can bring pancakes to the guard captain.
Yeah.
I'll worry about it
The
later.
guards do not remember.
That's right. Never mind.
Man.
Well,
Don't get to meet that one guard's family,
It's true.
whose name I have forgotten because I can't find it.
I have it.
That's
written
good.
down. That's where it is. Shaw and Nazir.
Go
That's
into the
right.
temple and we'll go.
So you guys head to the temple.
hunting.
And as you approach, one thing that you notice, the festival's still going on. You still see plenty of people out, shopping, selling wares, things of that nature. But right in front of the temple, you see what looks to be a group of people in a ring, and you hear the sound of conflict and the exertion of people battling. In not in like a sword fight, but like a wrestling match of some sort. And as you peek over the crowds, you see one person get thrown over this small stone table, and then you hear the crowd go, "Ah!" And someone says, "Ah, the winner of the wrestling match here, and make sure you give your bets out correctly for any of you that lost." And the prize money goes about. But what you're seeing here is that Tuchawi wrestling that was seen before. But as you go up to the temple, you see a table where some priests of Mashingu are, waiting and potentially looking for contestants.
For the wrestling or for the hunting?
For the hunting, or the wrestling, it could be either.
Sure, you might make a good wrestler.
I was thinking
that
just that,
shell.
actually. I mean, it would be very hard to toss me away. Close to 500 pounds, I mean, might be a good idea.
You look very good for your weight.
Thank you. It's all in the shell. Anyways,
You must be very strong. Your legs must be very powerful.
I suppose so. I mean, most of it's just me, keeping me up.
Would someone like to be kicked just to be testing that?
I approached
This
the
is
desk.
a very strange kink you have.
Later, Arden.
What's a kink?
Inside check.
It's
This gaming session tonight started off on the perfect foot.
Well, I walk up to the table. I've heard that we should come to you if we're interested in a hunt later today.
Oh, yes, I'm glad you came. It isn't till tomorrow, actually, but it's at the end of the harvest festival. But we are missing one hunter, one hunting party rather. We need at least 25 kudu, and each party is only allowed to bring back 5 for the sake of preserving populations. But we need at least 25 kudu to feed the city.
What are the rules?
Well, you essentially have to take 5 kudu. You're allowed to remove their guts and whatnot, but you cannot cut them as far as separating their limbs, dressing the animal. You have to bring it back whole, and we take care of all of the dressing. We remove the fat and prepare that for the ceremony of victory for Mashingu, and then we weigh the meat, and whoever has brought back the largest sum of meat in weight earns Mashingu's boon. And then we have a feast. And you cannot interfere with any of the other contestants.
Okay.
Don't look so dejected.
When do you do the cutting of the meat? Like right when we bring it, or?
It's essentially, we usually, when you bring it back, yeah.
Or when do we weigh? When does it get weighed? That's my
When you
question.
bring it back.
Okay, perfect.
And if any of it is cut at all, it's disqualified.
Yeah, we won't cut it. I mean, to kill it, sometimes you have to cut something, right?
They're saying not to dress it.
Yeah.
That's completely
There's a
understandable.
difference between killing it and field dressing it.
Sure. I mean,
Like
if
we
can't cut
can
it,
get
then
out
you
the
just-
guts because you know
Never
you
mind
don't
the
want
old
to,
man,
You don't
he's-
want to carry home an animal
yeah.
while the
Just-
guts are
just-
still in it, obviously.
because that's heavy.
A thought crossed my mind. Before it is weighed, are spells allowed to enlarge this creature?
You.
No.
Don't ask the question.
Why would
I
you?
asked it because I saw Arden thinking it, and I thought it'd be dishonest.
You know. I would never.
Listen, Arden, we're trying to actually win.
That sounds like winning.
No, it sounds like us getting kicked out of the city.
We will know if you've tampered with it, magically or otherwise.
Do any of us just have a spell that just commands the Kudu to come to their slaughter? Like shepherds, that sort of thing?
I mean,
That's perfectly fine. You can obtain the Kudu in any way you want. You just can't dress it in the field. The priests have to be the one to dress it
That's
and
fine.
take out the proper ritual parts for Mishingu.
I'll never think in front of you again, Sharu.
I saw that look in
That's what
your
you
eye.
get. That's what you get for picking a conscience. Really?
true.
You think this sounds like something that we can do?
Honestly, considering our last bit of hunting success, I think it might be up our alley.
Yeah. I think the hardest part will be getting him back, and I mean we have Sheru.
And Asar has a special bag.
But I'd rather not.
Probably couldn't
you
fit
know.
a Kudu in the bag because you can't dress it.
You gotta fit through the hole.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a bow, but I've got a spear I can throw.
Again,
Wonder.
you can take the animals down any way you see fit.
If they're a little singed, is that okay?
That's fine. It's fine. You can use magic. You can use, any weapons. You just cannot dress it.
All right, let's make it official. Sign us up.
Very well. What shall we call you?
The Red Sands.
The Red Sands. Okay. And I'll mark you all down.
Cults
They take
of
your name.
Gilgamesh.
No, not Cult of Gilgamesh.
Not
secret
friends
name.
of Arden.
This is it's a Dragonborn cleric of Mishingu that's doing all of this, and they say, okay, the hunt starts tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning. Just go out when you see fit, and you have to be back by 3:00.
And then what about this wrestling going on over here? Is sign-ups too late for that?
Yeah, I could sign you up for that.
What's the rules for that?
Can you not enlarge a creature wrestling?
You simply have to, let me check my wrestling mechanics. So this is Tuchawi stone wrestling. So essentially how it would work, essentially a series of athletics checks. And you have to try and throw your opponent over the platform. The match continues until someone gives up or they're thrown over.
So magic can be involved?
It's all no magic. But yes, you essentially, it comes from an old event back in the early days of before the T'Chawi Empire, where stonemasons were competing for contracts, and they would each carve a piece of stone, and then they'd throw the other masons over their stone, and whoever threw the other mason over their stone won the contract. Kind of a weird tradition, but it is what it is. And so we continue it.
I do have one clarifying question about the magic not allowed. Is it no magic at all, or can I cast a spell myself and then enter the ring?
It is physical strength.
Okay. I'll try. I'll give it a
If you
try.
are looking for a magic fight, go to the mage duels.
Oh, what's that?
That also sounds fun.
Mage duels?
They're over in the northern part of the city.
Is it 1-on-1 or is it multiple people against multiple people?
It's usually 1-on-1.
Okay.
I mean, if you are looking for other magic fights, you could always enter into the hippodrome and do your racing.
Those sounds more interesting. I mean, wrestling sounds fun, but magic.
Yeah, mage duel. I've never been a part of that. That sounds great. Kind of. Do you get hurt?
Probably.
Oh. I don't know if I'll
See which of
survive.
us is the better mage.
Oh, you want to fight?
Well, there's a lot of us that know magic.
That's true. I forget.
But if any of you are of noble descent, you can go to the hippodrome and participate in
How do you
the
prove?
mage races.
How do you
Sharu
prove
just
noble descent?
just slowly
Say
looks over at Asar.
Gotta
Yeah, we're
not be a
obviously all of noble descent, especially me.
Yeah.
Can you have a noble descendant that is not from your history?
Inasmuch as you can produce a title of nobility.
What if I have a lineage?
Do I have a forgery kit? I don't think I do.
Never mind. I don't know if I want to be a part of it. Never mind.
Nope.
Anyway, if you'd like to participate.
Oh, I think I might. I'll discuss it with my group. I want to magic. I think I want to go over to the magical things. I like magic.
Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock then with your animals.
All right, who wants to go and kick Arden's ass in an arena?
Sounds like fun.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
I'd
that
like
does sound
to
fun.
see you. Wait, what? I'd like to try see you. No, I'd like to see you
Try?
hurt me. No, try to hurt me. There we go.
So are the mages just going to verse each other to see who is truly the best in the party?
Actually, I just want to see them beat each other up in an arena. I think that'd be
I
hilarious.
would imagine it's you trade spell books. You see who has more spells, and then that's who wins.
It's a spelling bee.
Yes, it's a spelling bee.
I wish I knew this before. I would have prepared better spells for a duel.
Oh no.
I have too many spells to help me in research and stuff like that.
Well, there's still the table wrestling.
I wonder if they have research fights.
Honestly, I would pay good money to watch someone try to throw all of that over the table.
That's true. How strong are you?
I mean, I'm okay strong. I'm not. I'd have some strength as a turtle. I think my strength is a 14. So
So where the mage duels are taking place are along the road. That goes at Dan Road.
Be interesting to look at least.
12. Sorry, strength is 12. So I'm not terribly strong. Just a little above average.
That's my lowest.
Mine's at 12 too.
Nice.
I'm not very strong people.
Well, wherever you want to go, I have nothing to do until tomorrow, apparently.
My
Well,
strength
until
is
tonight.
14.
8.
Let's enter SR.
I'm negative. I will join the strength contest.
Just watch you fly.
Let's have a group arm wrestle
So just pull a spring break.
competition.
What if I just?
So you're joining the strength contest?
No, no. I would be killed.
She actually sounds the weakest among all of us.
Would my weight change any of the mechanics of that fight?
Essentially, you'd have to be matched with someone of a similar caliber.
okay,
So, you might get matched with like Minotaur or something.
Yeah, no,
would be in
definitely
the
not.
area.
That's I'd be tossed. So easy. Unless I can cast full strength on myself, which I can't.
Well, unless you're caught.
Yeah, it's not a party full of strength characters.
What? We don't have any tanks?
I have a 14
No.
strength.
You're the
Wow, you
strongest
can use
among
the
us.
bow. I miss practice dueling.
Speaking
so if
of
any of you
which-
would like to practice duel with me, that'd be
Same
fun.
place
but-
where the mage duels
But
are.
I need to get the rest of the money for that one. I think I'm at 329. It was 400 for it or something like that.
Let me double check. I think you're right.
I've got some money. If you need some money for a bow.
Aren't you always the one that's stingy with your money?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
He's
we're
weird
in a
about it.
group now. We've got a name. I guess we're a
400.
The bromance is blooming.
thing. We'll consider it a loan. You can pay me back.
Oh, Sar's going to be left out
I can
on
give
all
him-
fronts.
All my money and my old bow in trade. 329 plus my longbow in trade for the other bow, even though my longbow is only worth 50 gold brand new. But that's my offer.
So you're if you're able to produce like the 400 gold, I'd say you're with your longbow trading that in, it'd probably drop the price by like 30, just because it's used, essentially. But because we go by Skyrim rules, your weapons are worth like five gold a piece.
Oh, I also still have a few pieces of turquoise. I forgot about that actually.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
worth 10 gold a piece.
Yeah, so I've got like 3 pieces of turquoise that no, I could give them the sending stone that was given to me by
Terrible.
That would be so funny.
Raina, we're ready for you. Raina? Who's this?
Sorry, wrong stone.
New stone, who this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say you're probably able to get it
Okay.
with the turquoise and the bow being added in there.
How much was that shield? Because I want that shield.
Shield is 300 gold pieces.
I don't have that much, darn it.
But if you win this event, get 250 gold for the party.
That's
So
my
low.
my hope is that this will help in the
Where did that
Plus
go?
a magic item.
I do have that much gold.
That's what I'm looking for.
I buy that shield.
Okay. It is 3 AC. You have to have a minimum strength of 14 to wield it.
Oh, darn it. I only have 12.
what
Never
was the name of the bow
Don't buy the shield.
again?
The bow is called the Kushako
You
bow.
can use it at
Yes.
level 8.
I don't have it in D&D
Too far away.
Beyond, so you'll have to manually add it.
Too far away. So true.
Especially with the way Devin lets us level.
Well, anyone want to go do a mage duel? I'm really bored with shopping.
Yes, that's
I want
Yes,
to watch it.
mage duel.
Let's go duel.
The duel.
Okay, so you go up to the person who's kind of in charge of signing people up. So essentially, how this is the mechanics of this work is you are rolling competing Arcana checks against the opponent. All of your spell slots are used, and you can only use cantrips. But if you use your action to instead gather a spell, there's essentially magic. What's the word I'm looking for? Essentially, like Mario Kart.
There's spell slots scattered on the ground.
Exactly. Spell slots are scattered on the ground.
Okay.
You can use an action to gather a spell slot, which can give you essentially a percentage die will be rolled to see what spell slot you get, and that may give you an advantage in the next round of spell casting to use a spell slot of a higher level.
But it's not your spells, right?
It is your prepared spells.
Oh,
You just get a spell slot of that
gotcha.
higher level.
Got it.
So if you haven't prepared your spells, go ahead and prepare your spells. But
Well, I didn't.
the spell slot, essentially, if you do that, you get disadvantage on your Arcana check for that round. So it's more likely that you'll get hit. And if you get struck 3 times, you lose the duel.
I don't really understand, but I want to try.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not too great at Arcana, but I'll try it.
I mean, if you don't die, then sure.
Okay. So who's competing in the duel?
Asa.
And Alton.
And Cheru.
Okay. So you 3. What we can do here,
And Arden's
4.
Really quietly.
We'll do a 4v4 just for
Ooh.
making it all fast.
Oh.
Wanted to murder the other.
So what we'll do,
Go get started.
just kind of set up the scenario here. You're essentially dueling along this road, and people are all around. You maybe got maybe like 50 yards total of space to maneuver on. So essentially what you're going to do is you get your action to do an Arcana check. We're not going to do any movement here. And then if you beat the opposing Arcana check by 5, then you hit, and then you can use your action to get a spell slot, which will allow you to cast a different spell that gives you better advantages, such as a whole person, things like that. So
you start with a cantrip, and then you have to run and dash get spell slots to do more high level spells.
think Mario Kart.
I don't know.
But you don't
I
hit 'em.
haven't played in such a long time.
You don't hit
remember
them with
playing
a
Things like
cantrip.
the
though.
boxes.
Yeah, you get
hit 'em
like
and you get an item.
the boxes that give you an item,
Oh, I see.
but
Okay.
it's spell slots in this
Pick
case.
them up and you can.
But you don't hit them with the cantrip.
You can.
Oh, you can.
And we don't store with any spell slots, right? We have to go pick them up first.
You
Or-
start with cantrips.
Okay.
Essentially, this is like a anti-magic thing that
Eat your spells.
absorbs your spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with the Hyperdrome, just so you're aware. And then you gather spell slots in the arena to cast.
Interesting.
It's a... we'll see how it works. I've never done it before. This is all just something that I made up.
And then if you hit them with, like, let's say I use Firebolt, that makes them have disadvantage on their Arcana check?
No, if you hit someone with a spell,
Yeah.
you get a strike, and 3 strikes, that person is out.
So you don't even have to gather. If
You don't have to. No.
If you hit them.
Gathering it can give you an advantage on your next rolls. Not advantage per se, but like you can end up having like an actual spell that can like bolster your attack.
So if you use magic
But if it doesn't
missile,
bolt, I mean,
that already has 3 hits.
But if the other person has shield,
Fair.
Magic
Okay.
missile doesn't. It just auto hits.
not with shield.
Not with
Shield
Oh,
auto.
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
shield
shields had
auto
that thing.
blocks.
all right. So what we're gonna do, since we're coming up on time, we will pick this up next session and see what happens with this event. Thanks for listening.
You have been listening to Rollfair, a D&D podcast. Produced, recorded, and mixed by SF Shields. Executive produced by the Rollfair team. Copyright 2021 by Rollfair LLC. All rights reserved. Visit us online at rollfair.com.